Elon Musk, Oprah, and Bezos, heroes or the architects of American chaos? This question, echoing like an ancient prophecy through the vast expanses of modern America, penetrated to the very depths of the American soul, forcing every listener to ponder the delicate line between greatness and ruin. As the first rays of a new day broke through the heavy shroud of night, it was as if time itself had slowed down. The nation, brimming with anticipation for imminent change, seemed to hold its breath, awaiting either a miracle or an inevitable catastrophe. In that magical moment, when the dark silhouettes of night gave way to the brilliance of dawn, nature itself became a vivid metaphor for duality. The sky, painted in hues of crimson, purple, and gold, resembled a majestic palette in which every color spoke of hope alongside a hidden threat of transformation. Shadows dancing on the clouds whispered of unsolved mysteries, foretelling that even in the brightest of beginnings, seeds of chaos might be sown. In such moments, even the greatest minds questioned the established order of things. Against this ethereal dawn, the deep, assured voice of Elon Musk broke through, an individual whose life and deeds have always been as paradoxical as the interplay of light and shadow. Like a wise storyteller, he began his monologue, inviting his audience on a journey through the labyrinth of his memories and realizations. "I remember one bitterly cold, almost ominous night," he recalled, "when the whole world seemed shrouded in a dense fog of uncertainty. I stood on the runway of a deserted airfield, with only the stars and the whispering wind as witnesses to the decision I was about to make." His voice, trembling with recollection yet as firm as a steel cable stretched between dream and reality, resonated deeply. That night, when the sky appeared to be an endless ocean of darkness, Musk noticed in the distance a shimmering glimmer, a flash akin to lightning that sliced through the silence. That moment of illumination, when electrical sparks became a symbol of a technological new era, embodied for him the notion that every grand endeavor carries not only the flame of creation but also the risk of unforeseen consequences. "Every innovation," he continued, "is like a lit candle, capable of lighting the path to the future, yet leaving behind a long, often unpredictable shadow of responsibility." His words, serving as both warning and inspiration, wove themselves into the fabric of the sunrise, a moment where light and darkness merged into inseparable unity. The images of dawn, with its first rays piercing the lingering night like golden arrows, reminded his listeners that life is a constant transition from one state to another. Just as night gives way to day, so too can the visionaries of our time bring forth a new outlook on life while leaving unresolved questions and tragic consequences in their wake. In this eternal cycle of change, where every spark of hope is accompanied by the shadow of loss, the question of heroism took on an urgent, multifaceted significance. Musk's words acted as a mirror reflecting not only his personal experiences, but also the fate of an entire nation torn by internal contradictions. His account of that nocturnal launch, where darkness and light merged in a single impassioned burst, reminded everyone that a technological breakthrough is always a double-edged sword. On one hand, it opens up new horizons and lifts humanity above the mundane. On the other, it forces us to confront the price we pay for our ambitious dreams. Musk warned that even the purest energy of innovation can turn into chaos if we forget the importance of maintaining inner balance. As his narrative unfolded, listeners found themselves transported into a world reminiscent of ancient myths and legends, where heroes possessed not only superhuman abilities but also deep internal conflicts. Every image evoked by his tale became an allegory for the eternal struggle between light and darkness, creation and destruction. Recalling the pages of history, he pointed out that human history is replete with instances where even the noblest intentions ended in tragedy. "Our world," he mused, "is like a grand theater. On one stage, scenes of magnificent triumph play out. On the other, dramatic moments of downfall are inextricably linked." At that moment, as the first glimmers of daylight banished the final remnants of night, a solemn sense of uncertainty permeated the air. Each beam of light served both as a symbol of rebirth and a harbinger of trials yet to come, and every word from Musk was an invitation to contemplate just how thin the line is between heroism and irresponsibility. He reminded us that within every great individual lies a dual nature. One side harbors the potential to transform the world, while the other is capable of unleashing unpredictable chaos if the inner equilibrium is lost. It was as if nature itself, in obedience to this timeless law, joined the narrative, adding its own images to the tale. A gentle breeze, sweeping away the remnants of night, played with the leaves and set them shimmering in the early sunlight. Delicate lines drawn on the horizon evoked the wings of mythic creatures gliding between realms of dreams and reality. Every subtle movement of the natural world became a metaphor for the struggle for light, a struggle in which even the smallest detail held immense significance in the grand tapestry of what was to come. The light of dawn, woven from strands of gold, broke through the cloud cover that blanketed endless American landscapes, and every glimmer instilled a belief in the possibility of a new beginning. In the quiet, punctuated only by the gentle rustle of awakening nature, American hearts, like ancient travelers, searched for answers to questions as eternal as the universe itself. Every speck of light reflected off dewy petals became a message. Time is not a linear stream but an eternal cycle in which every moment brims with meaning and destiny. And so, at that magical hour, when the boundaries between past and future blurred, and Musk's words became a bridge between dreams and reality, each listener began to understand that true comprehension of the world grows from the ability to embrace life's dualities. His narrative, laden with deep metaphors and personal emotion, stirred within every heart a sense of responsibility for the future. He asserted that heroism is not measured solely by victories but by the capacity to gracefully accept the inevitability of change, recognizing that every new beginning conceals both light and shadow. Thus, on the threshold of a new day, when the last vestiges of night gave way to clarity and hope, the question posed at the very start took on fresh dimensions. American chaos, with all its contradictions, became the arena for an eternal struggle between creation and destruction, where each figure, be it Elon Musk, Oprah, or Bezos, played a role imbued with both grandeur and tragedy. Every ray of light piercing the morning mist reminded us that the foundation of great deeds lies in the inexhaustible energy of change, a force that demands from us wisdom and profound inner balance. Oprah Winfrey, a name that resonates like a warm, steadfast chord that reaches into the deepest corners of the heart. Her life is akin to an ancient hymn, with every note exuding a healing warmth and the power to transform. In a world overwhelmed by noise and clamor, her voice stands as a gentle refuge, much like a soft breeze caressing scorched earth after a long drought. It is this voice, imbued with deep empathy and wisdom, that awakens the yearning for change and inspires hope for a brighter tomorrow. As the American sunrise bathes bustling streets in golden light and the city stirs awake, one can almost picture Oprah, like a sagacious storyteller from generations past, gathering people around her, each individual unfolding like the delicate petals of a flower ready to greet the day. Her story begins with humble steps taken in a challenging childhood, where the harsh lessons of loss and betrayal would ultimately forge a resilient spirit and transform her heart into an endless reservoir of compassion. In her tone, echoes of those long-ago fireside tales emerge, a time when every word was a spark that warmed the soul and instilled a belief that change was indeed possible. Oprah's unique ability to see beyond the masks that people wear, to discern the true essence within, as if she were a painter detecting the subtlest shades between light and darkness, became her lifelong lesson. She learned from life itself that even in the bleakest circumstances, a glimmer of hope can always be found if one refuses to surrender faith in goodness. Her television shows and interviews have become mirrors in which not only joy but also pain, anxiety, and hope are reflected. With every new story shared on screen, she gathers the shattered fragments of people's lives and artfully transforms them into a masterpiece where every note and every brushstroke calls for unity and mutual care. In one of her memorable interviews, Oprah recounted how, despite the trials fate had dealt her, she discovered the inner strength to believe that even the deepest wounds can eventually heal when given time and compassion. Her words fell softly, like a lullaby sung by familiar stars beckoning us toward the light on a dark, boundless night. In moments of personal crisis when the world appeared to crumble around her, she found solace in that inner voice, a quiet beacon guiding her through the darkness. According to Oprah, that inner light is the potent force capable not only of healing but also of reshaping the world, making it a kinder, fairer place. Her journey was strewn with hardships, each one leaving its indelible mark like raindrops sliding down the glass of an old window. Every drop, every lived minute, formed a mosaic that now shines in the hearts of millions. Oprah knew that to become a true beacon of light amid the shadows, one must learn to accept and overcome one's own vulnerabilities, turning them into strengths that spark hope even in the darkest hours. Her genuine warmth, her ability to empathize and perceive the hidden pain beneath superficial facades, renders her a singular voice, a voice that does not shout but gently reminds us that even in our most desolate moments, hope flickers quietly. It is impossible not to notice how her personal saga interweaves with the American story itself, a narrative of contrasts where wealth and poverty, joy and sorrow, coexist side by side. Her words echo the rhythm of the city streets, the hum of neon-lit avenues, the whispers of historic neighborhoods, and the timeless legends of everyday people. Every appearance she makes transforms into a ritual of renewal, where those seeking forgotten truths find answers to the age-old questions that stir their souls. Her narratives speak of lost dreams and rediscovered faith, of falls and triumphant rises, reminding us that after the darkest night, a new dawn invariably arrives with the promise of fresh beginnings. Oprah has always believed that true strength lies not in the volume of one's words, but in the ability to listen. Her encounters with people became sacred ceremonies, each conversation a soulful song, each uttered word a salve for wounds inflicted by life's relentless challenges. She could bring warmth even to those who had long abandoned hope in love and kindness. Her words, like gentle raindrops washing away the dust of doubt, revealed the purity of real emotions. Through her guidance, people learned to find beauty in life's simplest moments: a stranger's smile, the soft rustle of leaves in the wind, the glimmer of stars in the midnight sky. At times, she seemed as if she were a lyrical ballad, each note harmonizing perfectly to evoke forgotten dreams and inspire hope. Her energy was like that of a quietly bubbling stream that, overcoming rocky obstacles, finds its way to the ocean, infusing life into every soul that dares to believe in the transformative power of change. In her voice were the words of reassurance for those teetering on the brink of despair, and a gentle call for awakening for those who had lost touch with their inner selves. This rare ability to connect personal experiences with a universal message made her a true lighthouse for millions. In every appearance, one could feel the magic of transformation, when words ceased to be mere sounds and became living symbols capable of mending broken hearts. Oprah taught us that every person is a unique universe, where light and darkness, joy and sorrow, triumphs and failures coexist in delicate balance. She maintained that real strength emerges from embracing one's true self and that within every one of us lies the potential to become a source of light for others. Her warm, wise words left an indelible imprint on every heart, igniting in us the desire to evolve and strive for harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Thus, Oprah Winfrey appears not merely as a celebrated TV host or businesswoman, but as the authentic guide of the soul, a voice capable of uniting the disparate fragments of the American experience into a living work of art. Her life, replete with hardships and victories, stands as a testament to the battle for sincerity and compassion in a world where material values too often drown out the voice of the heart. She reminds us that even amid the fiercest storms of modern life, there is always room for a gentle, insistent voice calling us back to what truly matters. Oprah teaches us to listen not only to spoken words but also to the silence between them, a silence that often holds the key to truly understanding the world. Her voice, echoing softly in the hearts of millions, continues to inspire us to be better, to seek harmony, and to extend our light to those lost in darkness. In the vast ocean of modern capitalism, where endless streams of information and material resources converge into a swirling vortex of change, emerges a figure capable of redefining the very essence of commerce. Jeff Bezos, like an ancient master builder who erected towering temples to human ambition and desire, has become the architect of a new world, a labyrinth pulsating with contradictions and hidden secrets. His empire, reminiscent of an intricate web connecting millions of nodes across the nation, is not merely composed of offices and warehouses but represents entire microcosms of opportunity, passion, and the inescapable compromises of our age. Bezos's journey began in a realm where the old rules of business gradually gave way to fresh paradigms. He saw beyond the limits of the conventional, envisioning a future where technology and trade merged into a singular force of progress. Like a modern alchemist striving to turn base metals into gold, he invested his belief in innovation and risk, laying down the digital era's foundations for new commercial routes. Every step he took was accompanied by the clamor of dismantled old structures and the echo of shattered certainties. Even the loftiest ideals could cast long shadows when pursued without caution. Bezos's empire appears as a true commercial labyrinth, where gleaming glass skyscrapers in America's bustling cities rise alongside the shadowy recesses of forgotten warehouse corridors. Here, amid reflective facades and cold steel, every detail is engineered to precision, yet behind the dazzling exterior lies a system capable of illuminating the future as readily as it births chaos. This maze, with its endless corridors for delivering goods and transmitting information, evokes the ancient mythic structures, where every twist and turn could either lead to salvation or signal a downfall. In this merciless logic of the marketplace, Bezos emerges not simply as an entrepreneur but as a true maestro, plucking the strings of human ambition and fear. In his eyes one can see the pulse of modern America, a rapid rhythm beating in the heart of sprawling metropolises, where rows of nondescript office towers intermingle with the raw pulse of street life, and neon signs cast shifting patterns on the faces of passers-by. Here, in this vibrant nexus of industrial progress, irony takes center stage. Every technological breakthrough brings millions of new jobs, yet simultaneously erects invisible barriers between the haves and the have-nots. Bezos, like a conductor leading a symphony of innovation and commercial desire, orchestrates a melody in which every note reflects the double-edged nature of his vision. On one hand, his efforts have opened vast new horizons for countless Americans. On the other, they have laid the groundwork for inequalities that will soon become an inseparable part of this complex mosaic. Just as ancient labyrinths were designed by wise architects, so too does his commercial empire teem with intersections and hidden passages, where every transaction becomes a symbol of exchange not only in tangible goods but in dreams, fears, and hopes of a modern society. The glass storefronts and the humming server rooms filled with blinking lights embody the dual nature of progress. Here, technology serves as both a beacon of possibility and a tool that casts long foreboding shadows. In this space, Bezos has become the creator of paradoxes, a mastermind for whom the gleam of innovation is inextricably linked with the darker side of greed and alienation. By charting new frontiers in business, Bezos not only paved the way for future generations, but also became a symbol of an era where traditional values are gradually supplanted by a relentless current of change. His bold, fearless approach painted a picture of a world where even the most insurmountable barriers could be breached by a well-honed idea turned into technological prowess. In this battle for supremacy over data and commerce, every new venture is a step along an uncharted path, one that might lead to either dazzling heights or a plunge into the abyss. Much like a labyrinth that refuses to yield its exit easily, his meticulously constructed system compels us to ask, where does innovation end and the ruthless game of the market begin, where innocent dreams collide with an uncompromising reality? Bezos's forward-looking gaze reflects the inherent contradictions of his ambition. His decisions, appearing both coldly calculated and visionary, carry an undercurrent of meaning. They create realms for fresh ideas yet simultaneously generate mazes from which escape seems nearly impossible. The colossal commercial engine he set in motion is like an intricate clockwork where every gear and every minute component plays a crucial role in sustaining the whole, but even the slightest deviation from the norm could precipitate a collapse of the entire structure. In this fragile equilibrium between creation and destruction, his vision finds its true power. Each new project's triumph is invariably shadowed by its own price. Watching this unfolding drama is like witnessing a grand theatrical production where modern America itself serves as the stage. Amid skyscrapers that soar toward the heavens and digital networks humming with ceaseless data, Bezos stands both as the leading actor and the director. His commercial labyrinth is not merely a structure of concrete and code, it is a living, breathing ecosystem in which the fates of people, technology, and economic forces are intertwined. Here, against the backdrop of glowing screens and humming data centers, a question lingers: can we ever tame the chaos we have unleashed, or will it one day break free to transform our society irreversibly? Even now, as he continues to expand his maze with new corridors and hidden chambers, each twist of innovation hints at an unforeseen turn of fate. His strategy, reminiscent of a high-stakes chess match, demands not only cool calculation but also the foresight to see beyond the immediate, to predict the opponent's next move and capitalize on the subtlest nuances. Every investment, every technological breakthrough, becomes part of a grand design where noble aspirations for a better life mingle with the pragmatic demands of ruthless business. The result is a commercial system as magnificent as a gleaming skyscraper and as delicate as a spider's web, capable of shattering in an instant under the weight of unforeseen forces. In this modern saga, Bezos's persona becomes an allegory for the eternal struggle between light and shadow. His achievements, like stars scattered across a night sky, illuminate the path to new summits, yet remind us that every shimmering light casts deep shadows. Those shadows, symbols of the social and moral dilemmas spawned by unbridled capitalism, echo in every corner of his labyrinth, whispering of opportunities lost and lives left behind in the relentless game of progress. Thus, Jeff Bezos emerges not simply as a successful businessman, but as a mythic hero of our time, a figure whose life and work embody the contradictions of our age. He is the architect of the commercial labyrinth, where each decision, every technological leap, becomes a brick in the foundation of a new world that promises both hope and peril. In a realm where the future is built on the junction of ones and zeros and human destinies, his image remains enigmatic and multifaceted, eliciting both awe and apprehension. At the intersection of worlds, where cutting-edge technology meets the human spirit and commercial ambition intermingles with heartfelt dreams, a space emerges in which the fates of our three modern titans begin to converge. This is a crossroads where the radiant innovations of Musk, the compassionate warmth of Oprah, and the relentless pragmatism of Bezos collide, forming a kaleidoscope of ideas, hopes, and inescapable paradoxes. In this symbolic meeting place of time and space, the usual boundaries vanish. Here past and future merge into an eternal present, and every moment becomes the stage for epic encounters and dramatic farewells. American city streets, aglow with the neon lights of bustling metropolises, transform into endless avenues radiating from a single nexus, an intersection where destinies entwine. It is here, on the border between light and shadow, that ideals born of fierce ambition and tempered by hard-earned wisdom come together, becoming the emblem of a new chapter in our nation's story. Elon Musk, ever eager to push beyond the boundaries of the ordinary, appears at this crossroads as a spark from the future, a defiant challenger of time and space. His visionary projects, like stars lighting up the midnight sky, seem at first to be unwavering beacons of progress. Yet behind the dazzling facade, the weight of responsibility and the threat of unintended consequences loom large. As he meets the fates of other great figures, Musk begins to realize that every step he takes, and every breakthrough he achieves, is inextricably linked to a river of destinies where the line between a hero and a harbinger of chaos is remarkably thin and ever-shifting. Oprah Winfrey, akin to a gentle, all-encompassing river that nurtures life through even the harshest terrain, stands at the center of this labyrinth of destinies. Her empathetic voice has the power to awaken dormant hearts. Born of personal battles and hard-won victories, her wisdom serves as a bridge between the inner world of every individual and an external reality often masked by the harshness of everyday life. At this fabled crossroads, Oprah transforms into a mediator, one who not only mends old wounds but also instills hope that even within the maze of human struggle, there exists a path leading to the light. Her words, both simple and profoundly moving, anchor those adrift in despair, offering solace in times of deep uncertainty. Jeff Bezos, the architect of America's commercial labyrinth, stands as the embodiment of cold calculation and insatiable ambition. His empire, a sprawling network built from glass, steel, and streams of digital data, mirrors the stark duality of modern capitalism. At this critical juncture, even his meticulously engineered system cannot escape the presence of conflicting ideals. Surrounded by the relentless flow of information, he is forced to confront that, behind every transaction and algorithm, lies a human story filled with hopes as real as they are fragile. In the midst of this high-stakes encounter, his inner world collides with age-old questions about the true cost of progress, that every coin bears two faces, and behind the glitter of commercial success may lurk a profound despair. At this transformative moment, when the three worlds converge in a single point, a spectrum of conflicts and syntheses unfolds. Their encounters, set against the backdrop of symbolic American streets where every streetlight and billboard becomes an emblem of both lofty ideals and human flaws, give rise to dialogues rich with meaning and metaphor. Musk shares his vision of a future where technology elevates humanity, provided we never lose sight of our humanity. Oprah reminds us that real wealth lies not in bank accounts, but in the nurturing of the soul, while Bezos illustrates how relentless calculation can forge new opportunities even as it leaves deep emotional scars. The crossroads becomes a stage where each figure finds their designated role, their paths long predestined by a grand cosmic design. Here, ideals clash with reality, dreams are measured against cold logic, and ambition wrestles with moral dilemmas. Each one, like a hero from an ancient epic, strives not only for personal success but also to find meaning in a vast symphony where notes of joy and sorrow blend into a single profound chord. At this junction of time and destiny, the voices of the past, present, and future unite into a harmonious chorus, each voice demanding to be heard. Musk's blazing optimism lights the way to tomorrow, where every technological breakthrough might either shine as a beacon of hope or signal the coming storm. Meanwhile, Oprah's gentle reminders ensure that even in the era of digitized existence, the human soul remains the center of our universe. And Bezos, with his unyielding drive for efficiency and order, challenges us to consider whether true progress can be measured only in profit margins or if it must also account for the human spirit. The meetings at this crossroads are as ephemeral as they are fateful, set against a backdrop of neon cityscapes and reflections in the glassy surfaces of urban lakes. Every detail becomes a metaphor for the search for balance between opposites. Here, even the brightest ideals take on hues of doubt, and paradoxes become an inescapable part of the journey toward perfection. In time, it becomes clear that the real fusion of destinies is not found in erasing differences, but in acknowledging and embracing them. In their joint journey, every clash serves as a lesson, every disagreement as an impetus for compromise, an effort to unite fragmented pieces into a coherent whole. The universe seems to conspire to show that even the most divergent paths can intersect and share meaning if one's heart remains open to change. In this intricate dance of ideas and destinies, time itself gains a unique texture. Moments stretch into eternity, and eternity condenses into a single heartbeat. The city streets, illuminated by the glow of neon and haunted by the shadows of what once was, serve as the perfect stage for both the most audacious aspirations and the most heartfelt confessions. Every passerby, every subtle detail of urban life, testifies to the enormity and diversity of our world, and reminds us that our collective future depends on our ability to accept both our victories and our failures. Thus, these crossroads of destiny become a symbol of perpetual motion, a place where our modern titans carry not only the weight of personal ambition but also the collective responsibility for millions of lives. Their merging, like a timeless myth reborn, acquires new meaning as it becomes a lasting reminder that ideals and paradoxes are intertwined, and true strength lies in our capacity to see beauty even in life's contradictions. For it is precisely by embracing the duality of existence that new possibilities emerge, possibilities that transform individual lives and reshape the entire American landscape, where light and darkness, hope and despair, forever coexist in delicate balance. At this crossroads, where the paths of today's visionaries converge, a quiet but resolute music of change begins to play, a music that unites echoes of the past, the pulse of the present, and the shimmering lights of the future. And if someday these destinies merge into a single flowing current, leaving behind a trail of unforgettable images and ideas, the nation will have the opportunity to see itself anew, a nation where every spark of ambition becomes a vital brushstroke in the grand canvas painted by time. As the tumult of history reaches its twilight, where the fates of these great visionaries intertwine in an endless dance of light and shadow, emerges a final intimate answer from the depths of American chaos. Like an ancient manuscript concealed in the recesses of a long-forgotten temple, this answer demands that we summon the courage to peer into the hidden corners of our souls, places where, amid the echoes of past mistakes and the flicker of hope, truth reveals itself in all its elusive and multifaceted glory. In the relentless flow of change, where time marches on without mercy and offers no reprieve, each of us becomes a seeker, a wanderer in search of meaning. It is here, at the convergence of bygone triumphs and future uncertainties, that our three modern titans, Musk, Oprah, and Bezos, stand as towering symbols of the American experience. Their lives, as disparate as they may seem yet united in their drive to leave a mark on the world, remind us that every decision carries its consequences and every choice reflects an inner struggle between brilliance and chaos. Elon Musk, whose ideas burst forth like lightning in the dark sky, leaves behind a message. Grand innovations can awaken the future, but they invariably come with sacrifice and uncertainty. His recollections of late-night contemplations on deserted runways, moments when dreams collided with the cold bite of reality, serve as a powerful reminder that behind every technological leap lies the risk of losing our humanity. His voice, resonating with the promise of change, asks us, can we maintain the delicate balance between our relentless pursuit of novelty and the preservation of time-honored values? Oprah Winfrey, with her tender strength and boundless empathy, has become the voice for millions whose inner worlds yearn for solace and understanding. Her journey, a tapestry woven from trials and victories, teaches us that true greatness is not measured by material conquests but by the ability to heal wounded souls. Her warm words and insightful counsel shine like street lamps in a labyrinth of despair, guiding lost travelers towards safe harbors where sorrow transforms into hope. Oprah shows us that even in the midst of chaos, there exists a quiet refuge where genuine compassion and sincerity offer a path forward. Jeff Bezos, the mastermind behind America's sprawling commercial labyrinth, represents the dual-edged power of money and technology, a force that can both build new horizons and deepen the divide between rich and poor. His story is one of soaring ambition in a world where every success is quantified in digits, often at the expense of human connection. His methodical, almost clinical approach to business reflects an attempt to impose order on the tumult of the marketplace, yet behind the veneer of rationality lies the profound loss of something far more vital, the warmth of human spirit and the deeper meaning of life. Bezos reminds us that in our pursuit of perfection, we risk sacrificing the very essence that makes us human. The answer emerging from these depths is not found in stark condemnations or simple accolades, but in the acknowledgement of our complex, multifaceted nature. American chaos, like a raging river carrying both hopes and disappointments, leaves traces of light and shadow in its wake. In every event, in every story, moments arise when heroism transforms into tragedy and mistakes become lessons that reshape destinies. The hidden truth in this kaleidoscope of contradictions tells us that we cannot separate light from dark, good from evil, triumph from failure. These are inseparable parts of a whole, together forming the intricate mosaic that is life. Seeking truth in American chaos requires more than a dispassionate analysis of facts. It calls for a profound inner dialogue, where every emotion and every thought is acknowledged as essential. Looking at the world through the intertwined destinies of these three titans, we come to understand that truth is not a final destination but a journey, a winding path filled with meaning in every moment. This path, as unpredictable as it is challenging, resembles an ancient trail winding through dense forests of doubt and open fields of possibility. With every turn, every sunrise and sunset, a new opportunity arises to see the world differently, to embrace our mistakes, and to draw strength from the hope of a better future. Just as stars twinkle in the vast American sky, these great figures leave behind traces that serve as guiding constellations for future generations. Their achievements, their vulnerabilities, and their dreams become part of a grand epic, a lesson that every victory comes at a cost, and every ambitious pursuit is accompanied by a price that humanity must pay for its quest for greatness. The answer emerging from the depths of modern chaos is not found in rousing slogans or definitive resolutions, but in our capacity to recognize the beauty hidden in the most complicated, contradictory phenomena. Truth, multifaceted as time itself, can only be grasped by learning to listen not just to the loud chords of progress but also to the soft murmur of the wind, carrying with it ageless wisdom. American Chaos, as the arena for the ceaseless battle between creation and destruction, offers us a chance to perceive a hidden harmony beyond the obvious. It is amidst the flickering streetlights and the shadows of past missteps that we come to understand we are all players in one grand unfolding drama, where each act is filled with both joy and sorrow. At times, it may seem that destructive forces will engulf everything we build, yet even in that turbulence lies the seed of a new order, a possibility to renew our dreams and breathe fresh life into them. The answer from the depths arrives as a quiet reminder that even in the darkest recesses of the human soul, a small flame of hope endures, capable of banishing the night and revealing a path toward renewal. In the end, the truth is not a simple dichotomy of heroes versus villains. It is a delicate balance where every facet of our existence converges. It is born from the dialogue between mind and heart, between technological progress and spiritual depth, between ambition and humility. American Chaos, with all its inherent contradictions, teaches us that life is too complex to be reduced to simple labels. It is an endless canvas on which each of us can paint our unique vision, a vision imbued with both the pain of loss and the joy of victory. Thus, as the last rays of the sunset fade into the horizon and the shadows of night give way to the twinkling of stars, we come to realize that the answer from the depths has always been with us. It lies in every choice we make, in every moment we live, and in every breath filled with dreams of tomorrow. The answer is not in declaring who is a hero or a villain, but in embracing the full complexity of our being, and understanding that true greatness lies in our ability to learn from our mistakes and strive toward the light, no matter what. And so, beneath the soft murmur of the wind and the whisper of city streets, a new chapter in American history is born, a story in which every individual becomes the author of their own destiny, and truth, like the morning dew, fills our hearts with an enduring belief in a better future. The answer from the depths is an invitation to an endless quest, a call to continually renew ourselves, where every encounter, every loss, and every victory becomes a part of the magnificent journey toward a more complete understanding of our world.